Yo, yo, good morning, fellas. Happy Wednesday morning to you. The Hump Day edition here of Winning Bets, where we get to talk some sports and talk some sports betting as well. We'll make sure we, of course, recap yesterday, then dive on into today's action. We're live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll be joined by the Hockey Squirrel, where we'll preview today's MLB slate, where the games start early. Getaway day in baseball, so make sure you show up on time so you can grab those baseball bets. Let's go ahead first start with recapping yesterday, where it was definitely a down day yesterday. Put in 3 bets, lost 2 of them with 1 winner. Got tripped up to start off the day by that Man City team total over 1.5 goals against Real Madrid. First half, no real solid chances, just the one good strike there by Rodri that Courtois was able to get down and cover it relatively easy speaking. The other chances in the first half were half chances, but nothing really good, good chances. They were all relatively hit straight at Courtois, and he was making relatively comfortable saves. So Man City did get 1 goal with about 70-minute mark, so you get a good 20-minute sweat, and so you get an opportunity, to go ahead and cash your bet, basically at double your money right there, but they couldn't quite get it done. Frustrating day overall, I would say, for City, in a game in which they dominated certainly that first half. Real Madrid was better that second half. They were a little bit more in the possession. Their chances were a little bit better in that second half. But a game in which City's going to be fortunate that they got that 1 goal and are at least going back to the Etihad tied 1-1 because they deserved to be level after that. They certainly didn't deserve to be down by the way they played that game in that first leg. So all right, 1-1 headed back to the Etihad. We'll see what happens next week. But boy, really looking forward to seeing how that second leg unfolds. And then in baseball, we did turn a profit in baseball. It was a very, very small profit. We did go 1-1, hitting the plus money bet, which is now the second time we took 2 teams and did like a little alternate team total. It was successful for us before, and it worked out for us again last night doing the Mets team total and parlaying that with the Yankees team total. We were tripped up by that Red Sox F5 team total over 1.5 run. And then just the disgusting part is Turner lead off the 6th inning. He's got to hit a home run. I mean, you're already feeling the pain of losing the bet, right? Not getting to, and the first batter in the 6th inning, he has to hit the home run. Tough stuff right there. So down on the day, 0.98 units, still positive on the week at plus 0.84 units, and of course still maintain that same little bit of arbitrage money that we had earlier on. So that's how yesterday unfolded. Tough. It's just, Man City couldn't come through for us. The Red Sox couldn't quite come through for us. Hated to see that unfold right there. What's going on, Tyler? What's up, my man? Back, better than ever. Hell yeah, love to see that. What a letdown there by Holland. Yeah, Holland, I'm trying to think. Did he even have really good chances? He had that one on his left that was hit really comfortable there in the first half and went at Courtois. Otherwise, they couldn't get him any delivery. They really were struggling to get the ball into Holland, get it into his feet, get it into him aerial. I'm struggling to think of like good opportunities for Holland, and they don't come to mind because credit Real Madrid's defense. They were not, the service wasn't coming into. They were letting City play out wide. I think Real Madrid was doing a good job of kind of clogging up the middle, forcing Man City wide, and even when they were getting wide, they weren't able to do much with it. Would have liked to have seen Foden come into the game. Guardiola doing his typical, if he likes what he sees, he does not rotate and bring in subs guys. You've seen it. He's been asked in press conferences. You like what he sees. So no subs did. But, man, I would have liked to have seen Foden, get in that game. I think he would have been able to help the wide areas a little bit more. So disappointing right there. You get every room broke in yet. Getting there. Slow coming together. I can tell you that, Tyler. Very slow coming together, especially putting together this room. It's gotta snap. It's got to get it together. Unacceptable. What's up, Brian? What's up, Cole? What's up, man? More like the entire team, Man City let down. Yeah, I mean, you got to factor in the quality of the opponent, right? I mean, this is Real Madrid. This is the defending Champions League opponent, but City should have gotten a goal in that first half. They dominated possession, which Real Madrid was letting them dominate possession, to be fair. But, yeah, when you didn't get a goal in that first half for all that work they put in, for being the better team, yeah. Hey, it's Wednesday. Love that mentality. Good morning. You like a draw in the AC Milan Inter game. Draw feels good. I think both teams will score. No also feels good. This could be one of those games where maybe you can't predict which manager can tactically get it right and get the setup right, but whoever does and can execute it can maybe hold on to a clean sheet. So this one feels like a tie, like Jared said, both teams will score no, something along those lines, an under 2.5. I don't follow the Serie A all that closely, so I don't know how these two teams are, domestically. So I'm not going to go ahead and bet it, but I think both teams will score no, under 2.5, something. Wait, I'm curious what those prices are now. Under 2.5 is minus 195. Holy hell. And both teams to score no is minus 130. I like that a little bit better. Certainly like that. Like, again, it just takes us back to Brighton Everton, right? You trust both managers, De Zerbi, and you trust Sean Dice to both, tactically set them up right, who can execute it. And that's why you feel comfortable putting it in both teams to score no, even though you're sitting there watching it and it's like, oh, well, I expected Brighton to score, and now we need, Everton to hold on to a clean sheet. I was fine with that bet, asking Everton to keep a clean sheet. You saw their tactics. They were spot on. They nailed them. They went 80 minutes with a clean sheet. They just let one dumb cross, they couldn't deal with it, and McAllister laying on his back, he heads it in, laying on his back. A little unfortunate. I could see that happening today in Inter Milan versus AC Milan. Both teams will score no. Feels right. Feels right. What a save at the end there by Madrid. I don't quite remember that shot. I mean, I don't remember sweating really after they got that goal. We had a 20-minute sweat. I don't remember. Maybe I don't remember every fantastic save, but yeah, Courtois is a big-time goalkeeper. Courtois is absolutely a big-time goalkeeper as Courtois. Every team would be lucky to have Courtois. I rank him. If he's not number one, he's like number two. You start thinking of the top goalkeepers, De Gea, he's way better than De Gea. Ederson, he just doesn't get enough action. Credit that whole Guardiola system and defense. Ederson's not a top goalkeeper. Alisson's not a top goalkeeper. Neuer is not a top goalkeeper. Jan Sommer, he's a top goalkeeper. Courtois and Jan Sommer, this would be the top two goalkeepers. So, anyways, it was good. It's good. Any lean on the Dodgers facing Wade Miley? You remember he sunk when he was pitching for the Orioles. Yeah, that's my best bet today on the payoff pitch is Dodgers run line at even money. Dodgers run line at even money. Let me pull up my notes. I think I had it in my best bet portion of my notes. Let me check. Yeah, that's my seventh inning coming to a stretch. Dodgers run line. I have all the advantages. They got the pitching advantage. I got the hitting advantage. I got the bullpen advantage. Check. Give it to me at even money. Sign me up. Good advantages, too. Not just, some hitting advantages or some bullpen advantages. You get massive bullpen advantages, and you get pretty substantial hitting advantages, too, with two left-handers on the mound and Kershaw and Miley. So, yeah, it's Dodgers run line for me. It's best bet of the day. You like under Cole for the whole game. Under Cole. What are we talking about here, Brian? I don't know what Cole is, nor do I know what game you're talking about. Help me out, Brian. Help me out. Don't know. I don't know what that is, Brian. I'm sitting here. I don't see a Cole pitcher on the mound. Yeah, Dodgers run line. Yeah, I like to hear it too. I like to hear that too. That does sound good. Under me. I don't know what you're talking about. He was talking about you like the under Cole for that whole game. You're talking about, Brian's talking about liking Cole being Cole in the chat. I'm a little slow this morning, obviously. Brian likes the under in Dodgers Brewers. What is it, around 9? I don't know. I just feel that much confident about the Dodgers winning. It's under 8. Yeah, Brewers are definitely scuffling versus left-handers, hitting 189. There's only slugging 230. They bring no power to the plate, no batting average, and now you get to face a very tough Clayton Kershaw with a top 5 Dodgers bullpen. I could see the under hitting. And Miley, he's very capable of keeping a game low scoring in his own right. He's got a couple of shutouts already on the season. So Under's not a bad look, Brian. I think the Dodgers have a little bit more of the advantages, and they can win by 2 or more. And at even money, sign me up. But I hear you, Brian. I hear you. Yeah, a little slow this morning, Brian. I'm getting there. Dodgers run line is the best baseball bet, not Pirates. If you're betting on the Pirates today, you're not looking at the stats. You're not looking at the stats. This is a Pirates team that is free falling. Absolutely free falling. Lost the last 2 nights. They won the other night 2-0. Won the other night 2-0, only get 1 run last night. It's because they're not hitting. They're hitting 168. This is why you got to look at baseball in smaller chunks. The Pirates, and you're looking at it, you're saying, oh, Senzatella. Yeah, well, he pitched damn good in his season opener against the Mets. Very easy to think that he can keep it rolling again today against a team that's hitting 168 versus right-handers and getting 3 total runs in their last 2 games. Yeah, the Pirates are by far scuffling. You like the NRFI in that Dodgers game? Yeah, hard not to. Hard not to. There's some good batting averages off of Wade Miley, though. Pull my notes back up. You got Mookie Betts. He's hitting 563 off Miley. You got Freddie Freeman. He's also going to hit in the first inning. He's hitting 300. If you get the number 4 hitter, Taylor, he's hitting 385 off Wade Miley. It's a good batting averages in that lineup today off Wade Miley. So the NRFI will be sweaty, but it's decent. Nats F5 money line today going up against those Giants. You got Logan Webb up against, or not Logan Webb. You got Manaea up against Josiah Gray. Yeah. You don't bet baseball, but you got a free bet. Well, hang around for Payoff Pitch and take some of those rapid fire leans and drop those suckers in a free bet. That's what I'm going to be a little bit later on. I'm going to share on Twitter a little bit later on. I've got a free bet myself, and I'm taking some of my favorite leans on rapid fire, dropping them in a parlay. Come on, Jared. Let's hit it. Ain't nothing like a Wednesday rapid fire parlay winner. That sounds good coming off the tongue. Let's see if we can't do that. Otherwise, I'm excited for this baseball slate. I could even add a couple more bets to it. I could even add that over, and I want to hear what Squirrel. I want to this close to pulling the over in Athletics Yankees. It's even money at over 9.5 runs. Saw 9 runs in game 1. Saw 15 runs yesterday. Got 2 pitchers on the mound today. ERAs both over 6. Good hitting lineups in the Yankees. Good right-handed hitting lineup in the Athletics. A good hitting lineup there in the Athletics. They're hitting 255. That's above league average. They're uptrending versus right-handers. Yankees going up against that left-hander today. They're hitting like 260, 261 off left-handers, and that number is also trending up. So you got 2 offenses trending up. Overs in this series, 9 and 15 runs, and it's at even money. I want to hear the Squirrel out on that one, but a little Yankees Athletics over 9.5 at even money looks really stinking good. Appreciate that comment, Ryan. Your leans have been great lately. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Like I say, obviously I take my work seriously, but then I also take Payoff Pitch seriously. And to your credit, Ryan, the leans have been hitting because they're not just leans, and it's not just to, fill the time and, give you guys some content. It's stuff that's like this goddamn close on the verge of getting my money. It just doesn't quite. You guys see oftentimes, though, that's what I like to use my arbitrage money on. That's like I like to use my free bets on. So appreciate that comment, Ryan. You're going to be listening. Cool. Sweet. Listen, parlay, and let's cash those suckers. All right, let me go find a Hockey Squirrel, see what he's thinking about on this Wednesday afternoon MLB slate. Got about 5 minutes before we'll be back. We'll break it down, give you guys some winners, and have a good time together. I actually like the F5 under, so I was close to giving that bet out, but DraftKings didn't have that line set. We talk about how lines are come out late for Chicago home games. Okay, now it is up on DraftKings. It wasn't about a half hour ago. The over-under F5's at 4, a flat 4. I was considering taking the under. So, yeah, any game you like the F5 under, you're generally going to like the under. Two offenses that are scuffling versus left-handers. Montgomery's a good one. You've also got Justin Steele, who's really stinking good as Justin Steele. Fantastic numbers, off to one hell of a start. It's a good nerfy. Heat money line. All right. I've tuned off basketball, but let's get Heat. I've completely tuned off basketball. All right, let's find ourselves a Hockey Squirrel. I'll come back in about 4 minutes. Let's talk this MLB slate. And like I said, have a good time. Be back. Squirrel viewers, what's going on? Happy Wednesday to everybody. Hopefully your day's off to a nice little start. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on the Payoff Pitch, live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, where he's the Hockey Squirrel and I'm Jason, and we get to preview today's MLB slate, brought to you by Bet Openly. Hop on over there. There's a link in this video description where you win less or win more and lose less with Bet Openly. What's going on there, Squirrel? Sorry, Bet Openly. My bad, Bet Openly. Everybody knows you win more. My bad.
Sorry.
What's up, Squirrel? I'm doing really stinking good today. I think we've got a really nice MLB slate. It starts nice and early. There's some great matchup today. There's some spots I've got circled that I need your little vote of confidence to get me over the ledge, so go ahead and bet it. So I'm excited to talk today's slate with you, my man.
All right, sounds good. I've done more going even yesterday. I was really pulling for a 4-2, ended up being a 3-3 there, so went even. Literally just went even. A lot of these days, and then there'll be a breakout at some point.
That's what I'm saying. You're on the door, ready to just break that sucker through. A lot of even.
Oh yeah,
today's gonna be the day. It's Wednesday, baby. Hump day, baby. Ready to do it. All right, let's do it. Let's jump on in around the bases. Let's take a couple games. Maybe you'll want to kick off with the game that I want to. What do you want to talk about here?
So I've had this idea, I've kind of kicked it around a little bit, where I take the second inning and I just give out my best projected over and my best projected under. I just think that's kind of cool. We have two things to talk about. What do you call Dick Mountain? Yeah, the Mountain. Dick Mountain. Rich Hill. Rich Hill and Antonio Senzatella. I have the best projected over in this game between the Rockies and the Pirates. Figuring how hard people were fading Senzatella in that Mets game that was just played, I think last week. The fact that it was like 1-0, right? Everyone hopped on this money line at minus 200 something. They won, but it was a lot closer than everybody thought that would be. Let's hope Senzatella gets back to being what we thought he would be, and that's not very good. So at least in the projections and everything, I have the game about 10 runs, and I'm getting over 8.5 at minus 110. So, a run and a half differential, and that's what I like to look for when I'm modeling. And the pitching makes sense there. I think there's enough in the bats that they can get that done. So I'm looking for about 10 runs in a game where I'm being offered 8.5 as my best projected over.
Okay, cool. Love that. That's what you're going to start doing in around the bases. Best over, best under on the day. All right, I want to talk about this Tigers game. They're taking on the Guardians today. The Tigers, again, at plus money. I don't quite understand what we're doing as this big of an underdog are these Tigers. You're getting Rodriguez up against Battenfield, which both of these guys already saw their opponent earlier this season. Battenfield went 6 innings, had a nice little start. Rodriguez did fantastic. He didn't give up any runs up against this Guardians team. This Guardians team, you can see why they continue to get shut out by these opponents. They're hitting the league worst versus left-handers, hitting 141. Hitting 141 versus left-handers. That is god-awful. No power to the plate. Meanwhile, the Tigers, we talk about them against left-handers. We've talked about how they're trending up against right-handers. Hell, they trended up all the way into the top 10 versus right-handed pitching. Are those Detroit Tigers. Very impressive stuff what they're doing right now. Have a chance to go ahead and win the series today against these Guardians. Both bullpens have certainly taken a step back, but that being said, if you still look across the board at the stats, the Tigers do grade out better. So I don't understand why the Tigers are a dog. We're getting the better offense. We're getting the better starter. We're getting the bullpen. Here in this matchup, though, while I do like the Tigers as a dog, I do expect them to put up, cover a team total. I'm looking at Battenfield and his under 17.5 outs. He's stayed under in 2 of his 4 starts. One of his starts where he did go over, again, was against these Detroit Tigers. Not expecting him to be as successful, but even if, we just missed on the hook, he went 18 outs. We're asking for under 17.5. And again, the Tigers are significantly better than what they were in early April when they saw Battenfield. Now they're a top 10 offense against right-handers. You love to see that. The Tigers also draw 3.96 pitches per plate appearance, which is 10th most in the Major League Baseball. And the Tigers struggling against right-handers. How about 10 of the last 12 right-handed pitchers have all stayed under 17.5 outs? And you're getting this at minus 108. Battenfield. While I like the Tigers today, I want to attack Battenfield and see him under 17.5 outs. All right, Squirrel, you gave us your best over. What about your best under then?
I'm going to say that the best under or the lowest projected, not that it's as valuable as the over. The over is a much more playable number. I keep getting these really low projections on this Rangers and Mariners series, and yesterday I had I think around 6, and it was 5-0, so it stayed under there. Today again would be under 7. I'm getting roughly around 6. It's makes sense on the side of the Mariners with Castillo. I've heard you kind of trash talk Dane Dunning a little bit though, so maybe you expect some runs there out of him. But again, I think I have the Mariners more like I'd have to look here. I think that might have been like a minus 200 team though, and I think they're only minus 180. I say only, it's still a high price, but certainly something that's fair. And yes, I have the minus 196 projection, and the line was around minus 180 last I looked. So maybe a little bit of value actually there on the Mariners on the money line, but low scoring game is what's expected.
Dunning did pretty good in his last outing. 5 innings pitched, no runs. I think he's a pitcher that the Rangers have shown as long as he's successful, they'll leave out there. And the moment he runs into trouble, they're going to go pull him. And that's just kind of what you're seeing with him. So I like it. That means you can keep a game under,
Sure.
right? It gives him a couple bases, and then you go to the pen to get you out of the inning. So I like the under right there. I'm going to talk about the Athletics and Yankees, and really curious on maybe how you've got this game modeled out. Over-unders at 9.5, even money to the over. I see runs. I mean, both pitchers with an ERA over 6. Offense is trending up. And both of these teams, Yankees going up against a left-hander hitting about 260, where the Athletics are up to about 250 and hitting right-handers. And both of them, again, are trending up. They're coming up out of the bottom 10. They're coming up about to where the league average is. Neither of these teams strike out. I mean, within this game, you could look at Brito under 4.5 Ks. You can look at Muller under 3.5 Ks because you got great strikeout rate by both of these teams, expecting both of them to do damage. We know the bullpen for the Athletics is bad. I kind of like the over here. Where did you have this one, Squirrel?
For a total, I have it at 9, so fairly close in there. The Athletics on the money line, if you're actually, willing to take the chance on it. I played it yesterday at plus 230, obviously 5-10 ending. I didn't play it the first day of the series, so again, yesterday I think I had the I know why it got juiced so hard is because the return of Aaron Judge, I believe, right? So that brought a lot of money in, I think, on it. But even at that, I think it was maybe minus 170, plus or minus 170 is what I thought it should be. Then I got plus 230 on the Athletics. So I decided to take a stab with that kind of value. I don't obviously sit there and expect that kind of team to win, but it does happen. Even at plus 220, that's saying that this team's likely to win 3 out of every 10. So I think, maybe the Athletics money line is something I might be taking another stab at today. I have it about plus or minus 150, and last I see here, 185 or maybe going to 200, something around there. I think the opener was 185, plus 185.
Yeah, you can certainly get 200s. I'm looking at plus 200 or greater at 2 sports books right now in front of me. So certainly a plus 200 is out there. All right, so well, if you do like the Athletics, you're assuming that they're going to score some runs. So maybe the model doesn't like the over, but in taking the underdog, maybe we like the over. So all right, maybe that was okay. All right, cool. All right, shut up and pitch time. Let's give these guys some pitching props. I've got a good one here that I haven't given out on any social media platform, but let's hear from you first if you've got any.
Yeah, again, based on projections, I think both sides of that same game, the best projected over that I have would then lead to good projections on the unders for both of those pitchers to go under on their strikeouts, being Rich Hill at 5 is what they have him at. So to get under 5 strikeouts, minus 115, best price I found, and then Senzatella under 3.5. That's minus 120 there. So, we're looking for both pitchers to get hit, not to get a lot of strikeouts, and that game total to go over. All these things kind of correlate and make sense, and what you want to root for.
All right. I like a pitcher prop today in Philadelphia. I like those Phillies taking on the Blue Jays. I'm looking for Zach Wheeler to stay under 18.5 outs. You guys remember we talked about his last start when he went up against the Red Sox. We said, boy, if the Red Sox can't hit that F5 team total, which they hit and they cashed for us, he's going to have to work awfully hard to get through those 6 innings. No way he's going out there for the 7th inning. And we were right. He did not go out there. So now, once again, he has never this season gone over 18.5 outs. Again, he has never gone over 18.5 outs, and I'm looking for him to do that again today as I'm taking the under 18.5 outs with Zach Wheeler at minus 135. Phillies bullpen is ready. They had an off day on Tuesday. They had an off day on Monday. They get an off day again tomorrow. The bullpen is ready to go whenever they're asked upon. Blue Jays offense is good right now versus right-handers. 261, 345, and a 443 is their current slash line versus right-handers. Great walk rate at 9.8%. A good strikeout rate at 21%. Feels like that same thing, right? We don't know if Blue Jays are going to hit that F5 team total, but they're going to make Zach Wheeler work to get through 6 innings. He's not going to see the 7th, just like he hasn't all season long. I'm doing Zach Wheeler under 18.5 outs at minus 135. I've got a second one here. It's Seth Lugo, Padres starter, over 4.5 strikeouts at minus 108. He's gone over in 5 of his 6 starts with his only miss against the Cubs, which we've talked about the Cubs. They're a great, and we played that angle too of them not striking out, taking an under when you play against the Cubs. So no surprise if he's going to miss on the season. That's going to be the only team he missed against. And he's going up against the Twins, right? Padres were my dog yesterday. Twins have the league worst batting average against right-handers. They're hitting 140. How the hell are you hitting 140? 140, that is god-awful. Their strikeout rate is 28.2%. We saw Michael Wacha last night get 4 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched. So obviously that's going to miss here with Seth Lugo. Compare now Seth Lugo to Michael Wacha. He's got a better K/9 by 1 more strikeout, well, greater than 1 more strikeout than Michael Wacha. So if Wacha goes 6 innings, 4 strikeouts, he's going to go 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, or 6 innings, 6 strikeouts. He's better. He's got better numbers than Wacha. Grades out better. So, all right, I'll take Lugo over 4.5 Ks at minus 108. Did you have another one?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Cool. I got some dogs today, but I know you've also got some dogs today. What some are your underdogs today that can give people a good plus money cash?
Since I'm expecting runs, and it looks like since we started this show, it's come down already, as it usually does. Rockies underdog, yes, but plus 130, no. If you're expecting runs, even though it sends Atella, just not that large of an underdog to be plus 130. So I didn't mind that. Again, I think the Royals game I have a little bit closer to even odds, though another plus 130 that you can grab potentially. They're an underdog for good reason, even though they're at home and they get that advantage, to be at home and everything. Can't remember the pitcher. I know it's Lance Lynn, and it's Brad Keller is the other pitcher there for the Royals. But just not as large of an underdog. We already talked about the Oakland Athletics too with that kind of value. So I'm not seeing dogs that I'm like super confident in today compared to some things that we'll get to maybe in It's a Steeler coming to a stretch.
Okay, I've got an underdog. See if we can't go 3 for 3 this week as we've hit our underdog on Monday and Tuesday. Today, I'm going to go back to the same underdog that was yesterday, the Padres. We justified it yesterday, and you know who didn't pitch yesterday in that game? Josh Hader. So Josh Hader's ready to go today. So the same advantages we got yesterday, great offense. Just mentioned the Twins hitting 140 league worst when we justified Seth Lugo having a nice little day. And the bullpen numbers are obviously still outstanding, right? And now we got Josh Hader because he didn't pitch yesterday. Padres, bona fide best dog today. They're going to get the win just like they did yesterday. Honorable mention, I think the Rockies, too, are a great dog. I think they are a great F5 play, are the Rockies. I think the Rockies on a full game money line are great. And then also the Tigers. I mentioned them today going up against the Guardians already. So I think Rockies, Tigers are honorable mention, but Padres, by far, best dog today on the board. All right, 5th inning, keep swinging. You got any hitting props today, Squirrel?
This is the only thing I don't have for the day, really. I was just getting to it, but I ran out of time. So,
all right. There was one guy that stood out big time today, and it's back to the Yankees-Orioles. It's Trey Mancini. And obviously he faced Jordan Montgomery a ton when he was a Yankee and he was an Oriole. He's got great numbers, 11 for 32 off of Jordan Montgomery. They're all singles except for one. He got 1 double and he got 10 singles. So not an over total bases guy. Just plug him in to get a hit for your parlay. is Trey Mancini, and also Juan Soto. He's 9 for 25 up against Pablo Lopez, 3 doubles and 2 home runs. So I look for Juan Soto to have a nice day there for the Padres. All right, 6th inning, that's a steal.
Just at a general overview, I see Wade Miley popping up a lot there too.
Good. I got him in my 7th inning coming to a stretch. Definitely going to talk about Wade Miley.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. It's a steal, so you're not going to like my steal. There was a brief period, like I'm talking, dude, a minute maybe. The Guardians dropped to -101, and I took it. I have them, I believe, and let me make sure of this, but I think I have them around -120 or -130 for the Guardians, the way that the numbers model out. So the thing is, with how you're looking at a game versus how I look at a game, is that I have calculated projections, right? So things I'm expecting to happen based on what has happened, but you're looking in the past and expecting that to continue to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of projecting it out like to I don't know if this makes sense. Like, I'm trying to predict the future and you're hoping that the past continues. Does this make sense? Mm-hmm. You're comparing. I think we get different outcomes this way. So, do I disagree with what you're saying? No. Like, has that happened? Yes, absolutely. But will it continue to happen is more of the question. Or can you expect it to happen? Was it like a one-off thing? Did he have a bad, first 3, 4, 5 starts and, things change? Because they do. So predicting stuff like that as well. And I think this Peyton Battenfield was one of your kind of hang-ups on the Guardians, right? Mm-hmm. On top of the fact that the Tigers have absolutely kind of surprised. I've been surprised by some of the series that they've won and whatnot. I took a chance on them yesterday. I got plus 193 over at Bet Openly. I posted that on my Twitter to show you that the game closed plus 170 at any normal sports book. So to get 23 cents more of value on a team that has been doing these kinds of things is excellent. But my projection here for the Cleveland Guardians against the Detroit Tigers is minus 122 is my projection. And they opened minus 125. So to get them at minus 101, there has to be some kind of buyback. So obviously people liked the Tigers at the plus 120 something, right? Or whatever they opened at. So that is encouraging for you. But for me, there has to be a buyback to, okay, this is too low now. And at minus 101, too low for me.
All right, so you like the Guardians there at minus 101. All right, my 6th inning, it's a steal. Give out my NRFI of the day. I'm going back to Marlins Diamondbacks. Got burned yesterday, of course. Marlins got a run in the first inning. I'm just going to go back to it. Same justification as yesterday. So we'll see if the Marlins Diamondbacks can't come through at minus 110 for the NRFI of the day. 7th inning coming to a stretch. Best bet today. In dire need on this hump day of a win, Squirrel. I don't care what the juice is. Minus 500. I'm ready to drink it. What is it? What's the best bet today?
I know it sounds crazy. I have 2 of them. I like on the money line the Philadelphia Phillies. I have them minus 130. Got them down around minus 105, minus 106 is achievable at a lot of places. The other one is the Mariners, which I kind of talked about. If you're willing to pay juice at minus 180, I have a minus 196. I think that they win in a low-scoring game against the Rangers. So either of those 2, but the Phillies I like there. Phillies and Guardians for low juice, but if you're not afraid of paying juice, Mariners are a good look.
The Phillies one could be a little bit sweaty. I took that Blue Jays team total banking on maybe being able to hit that bullpen that used their starter.
You would expect that at you'd expect a sweaty game at a coin flip.
Right. All right, my best bet today. Let's go Dodgers. We mentioned Wade Miley. We're going to talk about him. Let's talk about him. I like that Dodgers on the run line today at even money for my best bet today. Both offenses obviously seeing a left-hander today, so it was easier doing the comparison. And boy, did the Dodgers grade out a whole hell of a lot better. Their slash line is 268, 352, 527. The Brewers below the Mendoza line for hitting 189, slugging 230. Whew. That's just no power. Slugging 230 with that on base was 247. Brewers with a higher K percentage by about 4%. Brewers with a worse walk rate by 5% lower than the Dodgers walk rate. So Dodgers offense significantly better up against left-handers. Kershaw versus Miley. Both these guys are capable of keeping this game low scoring. You could see a low scoring game throughout much of this game. But if anybody's going to be able to be better, we're really going to lean on that offense to make Kershaw look that much better, because the offense should stand out, hit Miley certainly more than those numbers for the Brewers just aren't going to be able to get to Kershaw at all. Bullpen-wise, top 5 bullpen in the Dodgers, bottom 5 bullpen for those Milwaukee Brewers. And then even when this game does turn over to a bullpen game, and you're obviously going to eventually see some right-handers out of both pens, the Dodgers also hit right-handers significantly better than the Brewers are hitting right-handers. So we're already going to get an advantage from left-handers. Now we're going to get it in the right-handers. And some of these batting averages off of Wade Miley just pop out. Betts is hitting 563. Freddie Freeman is 300. Taylor's 385. And Thompson, who's hitting 8 today, is 750 off of Wade Miley. So great batting averages. You get all the advantages. Starter, bullpen, offense. Check, check, check. I'll take that Dodgers run line at even money today. Best bet today. All right, double play. We're going to give these guys a parlay. What's your parlay of the day?
So you got to take your best bet and put it in a parlay, right?
Yeah. Got to. Take that Dodgers money line.
Yeah.
Or are you taking mine?
I'll take them too.
Okay.
Dodgers money line and the Seattle Mariners, and I'll get plus 151.
Plus 151. Okay. For my parlay today, I'm going to do a same game parlay. Mentioned liking the over in the Athletics-Yankees game. Mentioned 2 good offenses, or at least trending up. But I mentioned 2 offenses that don't strike out. Both of them just a really good strikeout rate. So I'm doing the same game parlay of Muller under 3.5 Ks, Brito under 4.5 Ks, plus 313 for that same game parlay. All right, let's throw up our official bets now, and then let's have some fun here at Rapid Fire, where we will talk about all of these games for money line, run line, and over-under. You are going to see I am betting my best bet today. Dodgers on that run line. Let me go ahead and do Lugo over 4.5 Ks, Wheeler under 18.5 outs. I'll do Battenfield under 17.5 outs, and then a parlay that I didn't talk about, but I told you I like the over in Athletics-Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to contribute a good bit of that, so like the over 3.5 team total. And Blue Jays, they're going to get to Wheeler. If they don't, that bullpen is bottom 5 for those Phillies. So I'll take the Blue Jays over 2.5 runs. Parlay. All right, I don't know what you're betting. Let me get it.
The only thing that I have, only 3 bets. The first one is obviously my best projected over there, where I'm getting a 1.5 discrepancy between the Rockies and Pirates. Over 8.5, you can currently get that at minus 110. I like the Philadelphia Phillies. Grab them down near minus 105, minus 106. And then there was that brief period where I got the Guardians minus 101. If you can get them, 105, something like that, I would have to think that that's kind of a buyback point. I don't see them going to plus money by any means. So maybe, minus 105. I wouldn't probably pay much more than that if we're talking, getting real value on the game. But
all right,
there you are with the 3 bets. And then rapid fire, I suppose, huh?
Rapid fire. Yes, sir. Time to make a parlay. Everybody likes a good Wednesday fun parlay. See how big we can make it. Athletics and Yankees, over under of 9.5. Athletics plus 205. Yankees at minus 205. Going for the season series sweep. Or series sweep, whatever. Yeah, I'm taking the over. Taking the over 9.5. Easy.
I'll try the Athletics just because I see that I'm getting, I can get plus 210, and I think it should be plus 150-ish.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Take my 60 cents of value.
Rockies and Pirates over under of 8.5. Rockies at plus 120. Pirates at minus 140. I mentioned the Rockies. They're a good dog today. I'm jumping on it at plus 120.
Yep, over and the Rockies. Good place.
We're going to do the Tigers and the Guardians with an over under of 7.5. Tigers at minus 105. Guardians at minus 115. DeGen said it yesterday in the chat that the Guardians are a good under. Kind of talked about it again today. Whatever they're hitting versus left-handers, it's god-awful. That's why I like the Tigers again. Mention them as a dog. I'm going to obviously stick to the Tigers on that money line, but also throw in the under. I think you continue to fade this Guardians team. Give me the under.
Sure. Yeah, it really depends on the book. I play all offshore, obviously not at the regulated places. So even your 115 that you're seeing, depending on, maybe if you're outside the country too and you can use Pinnacle, it's doable to get minus 105 still on the Guardians.
Okay. Dodgers and Brewers over under of 8. Dodgers minus 165. Brewers at plus 140. Seeing that run line now at plus 105, so a little bit better. I'm obviously going to stick to the best bet on the board. Dodgers run line.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if I even feel like I have to play a run line. I mean, minus 155, 160. See, it's getting up there, but let me see where I even have this.
It's coming down.
I think I had it minus 153 or something along those lines. I don't know, but
I think it was minus 170 when I took the run line. Now it's minus 165. So yeah, maybe you do hold out and you can ditch the run line if it gets into your comfort, maybe around minus 150, minus 160. But they're going to cover the run line.
Yeah.
Marlins and Diamondbacks over under of 8.5. Marlins plus 120. Diamondbacks minus 140. Cabrera up against Merrill Kelly. I am going to take a stab at the Marlins at plus 120.
Yeah, I project the game 117 either way, minus 117 plus 117. So Marlins is probably your play there. Is the total still at 9? Because I only track the openers and the closers and my projections, so I don't know whatever the current line is. But I have the game at 10. So if it's still at 9, that's a run discrepancy there.
I got 8.5. I got 8.5.
Oh, geez. Okay, so you're getting a run and a half plus or minus a little bit of juice, probably plus juice. But yeah. So I'll go over.
Yeah, as I was saying, that's almost getting bettable. Okay. Rangers and Mariners over under of 7.5. Rangers plus 160. Mariners minus 190. Under. I'm just gonna stick to an under and not try and pick a winner. Under.
Yeah, I really like the Mariners. Maybe more than a total, but I do have it, around 6, and you have a line of 7. So it's the lowest projected total, and I think it was yesterday as well. And it hit, but
okay. Nationals and Giants over under of 8.5. Nationals plus 135. Giants at minus 155. I'm going to go ahead and take a stab that the under actually hits here. Give me the under. Under.
it's a tough one. Again, the Nationals keep it close, right? Like we've talked about. I think they did that again yesterday, right? And it was at 3-1. At least that was the score I saw last. 1-3, I think Nationals. Lost.
1-4, yep. Game
Could have been
4-1.
different, but okay.
Under.
Yeah, they keep it close. I don't feel like I'm getting a huge value on the Nationals. So I have it plus or minus 138. I saw the opener 130 for the Nationals, so 8 cents different from mine. I think I have 9.5 as a projection here. So
okay.
Game open 9 if it's down to 8.5, right? So it's gone down. It's gone your way. So I don't know. I'm not betting it.
All right. Blue Jays and Phillies, you get minus 110 up against minus 110 with an over-under of 8. I'll just take the better bullpen in the Blue Jays in a coin flip. I'll take the Blue Jays on the money line at minus 110.
Yeah, and I liked the Phillies here because I had a minus 130, and I was able to get a minus 106. So good line for me, I feel like.
Astros and Angels over-under of 9.5. Astros minus 125. Angels at plus 105. This is another one. I'm just going to take the under. With scuffling offenses, decent bullpens, really good bullpen in the Angels. I'm taking another under here, under 9.5.
Okay. I tried to get this game to go over yesterday. I think it was another 1-3 or something low like that. I think it was 1-3. That was the Shohei Ohtani and Framber Valdez. So it was a low total. I think it was 7. I needed over 7 or 7.5 maybe. Didn't get that. Today I would try another over, though. I have 9.75.
9.75 the over.
And whoever's The Angels are what? Minus 120 something? Or the Astros
Uh,
are minus 120 something?
Angels are plus 105. Astros minus 125.
Okay, I have plus or minus 108. So nothing there in the money line either way it goes. So yeah, a fairly tight game again.
All right, Rays and Orioles over under of 9.5. Rays minus 115. Orioles minus 105. Bullpen day here for the Rays, throwing Jalen Beeks as their starter up against Dean Kremer. I'm taking the under. Saw the under hit yesterday, 4-2. I'll take the under.
I have a
Good
complete
bullpen.
coin flip on the money line and a 9.5 projection.
All right, Verlander and Green. That's Mets versus Reds with an over-under of 9. Mets minus 150, Reds plus 130. I'm going to do the under here again with Green on the mound. He could keep this game under. Yesterday, the over went way crazy there with Weaver on the mound. And obviously, Max Scherzer gets pulled. So you could see why an over would hit yesterday. This should be an under with Verlander and Green. So I'll bet it under.
The over in this game became my best bet yesterday after Scherzer got pulled because my first bet was void, as I was saying here on the payoff pitch that I was really liking the Mets. But after Scherzer got pulled and then they pulled up David Peterson to pitch instead, that shot my total projection through the roof at like 12, and I ended up taking over 10. I think minus 110 or minus 115. It got to 11. That's where it closed, and it was a 6-7 final. So I would go over again today. I have 10.5 as a projected total, and I think it's at 9. So
Okay. Red Sox and Braves. I'm getting no starter here for the Braves, so I personally didn't look at this game. It's over under a 10.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, we still have no starter for the Braves, so we'll just skip that one. And then we get Cardinals Cubs over under of 7.5. Cardinals minus 115. Cubs minus 105. I talked about this one earlier. I like the under. I'll still definitely be taking the under. I'm going to do a little price shopping. Maybe hop on an F3 or an F5 under after this show. But yeah, for rapid fire, take the under.
Okay. I have the Cardinals slate favorites minus 106 and the game total at 8.
This is one, if you're trying to pick a winner, batting averages versus left-handers are actually, I think they were like 16, 17. I mean, they were literally bang on even. Yeah, one's 235, one's 233, one's slugs 353, the other one's slugs 356. I mean, everything from a hitting is bang on. One's walk rate is 6.5, the other one's 6.3. Bang on in terms of hitting left-handers. Bullpen, you get a nice advantage here for the Cubs in terms of bullpen. A real nice advantage here for the. So I would take the Cubs today as a dog. I like the under, but I would take the Cubs as a dog. White Sox and Royals over under of 9.5. White Sox at minus 145. Royals come in at plus 125. Did the over hit yesterday? Because I like the over. The under hit. Okay, it was a 4-2 game. That's a little surprising. I think it goes back to what you saw in game one with the over. So I'm taking the over.
Okay. I have it at 9, and I have it as a coin flip, completely 100-100, which is kind of nuts.
Wow.
So I think if Royals are still plus 120, that's where it opened anyway. I don't know where they're at now. Or are they
plus
more?
125.
Maybe they're minus plus 1. Yeah, cool. I would take my chance on the Royals money line then.
Everybody's seeing Lance Lynn on the mound, taking the White Sox today. All right,
Yeah,
Padres.
but you talk so much about the White Sox bullpen and how bad it is. I mean, I know the Royals are bad.
That's why I took the over. I took the over,
Yeah.
dog.
Then I'm expecting the Royals to get runs, so obviously it's correlated.
Right. All right, what do you think between Padres and Twins over under 8.5? Padres plus 110, Twins minus 130. That's Padres, so easy for me. Padres.
Yeah, I have plus or minus 113, so that would put an overvaluing on the Twins, which makes sense because it's not only Pablo Lopez, but they're at home. I can understand why there is an overvaluing to the Twins. Yeah, I mean, plus 110 and minus 130.
That was one of those games where I was trying to decide.
Seems like a lot of
Padres money line or Lugo over 4.5 Ks. I was betting one of those goddamn suckers. Settled on the strikeouts, but I like the Padres. That game got my money.
Yeah.
I like the Padres.
So that would put the Padres. I'd put the Padres right where they're supposed to be, and then an overvaluing on the Twins. So in terms of valuable betting, I mean, it would be a worse idea to take the Twins, but you're just getting really a fair price on the Padres, I think. And then I have the game 8.5.
8.5. Okay, cool. And I think that's what it was. I think I saw 8, so pretty much bang on. All right, cool. All right, well, let's have ourselves a profitable Wednesday. Come on back for tomorrow's show. Small slate. We'll probably ditch the normal format and just, I think there's 6 games. We'll just kind of talk about all 6 games on tomorrow's show. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Good luck with your bets today. We'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.
See ya.